Hello, fabulous people. This is the Together podcast, and this is the place where Sharice and I come together to help you get it together for your everyday business life. So we hope you enjoy.
Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, October the 14th of 2025. So we are well into Q4. And I know for a lot of you guys, that means you have about 6 working weeks left, if that. Because I know I'll be taking off I take the last 2 weeks off for December. And then we're already 2 weeks in. So then this year I'm taking a week and a half off for Thanksgiving. And so because Thanksgiving I'll host. So if anybody ain't got nowhere to go to Thanksgiving, call me if you live in the Atlanta area. We'll be happy to host you. And it's one of those holidays that I believe should be filled with family and fun. And yeah. But last year, I never got my planning done leaving out of 2023 for 2024. I didn't get my 2024 plans done, I feel like, until February. So January felt horrible for me. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. The year started and it's gonna go by. And so I think it took me life just kept rolling. So I looked at it this year and I was like, I'm gonna have to take 2 weeks off for Thanksgiving, 1 week to spend on Thanksgiving. And then that next week will be the first week of December. And I'll do all of my planning for the next year during that week. So that during the Christmas holiday, it can be a true holiday for me. Because what has happened is over the last couple of years, something has happened at Christmas. Either I was hosting a conference or last year I hosted a wedding. All of these things were happening. And so I wasn't starting the year ready. I was starting the year tired. It's just been I think the year before last, I moved at Christmas. That was horrible. I moved, stuff was everywhere. And I think I got sick in the process. And so, that old saying is how you end something is how you begin the next thing. And so I really want to get my years ended well. My nighttime routine together so my morning can be better. I really want to get my years ending better. So I think I'm just going to have to take more time off. So I will say, y'all, I looked at my schedule and I looked at my finances and I looked at my schedule. And so I'm trying to figure out, can I really afford to take 2 weeks off for Thanksgiving? And also I'm working on my money and belief systems and all of that. So is that even the right question to ask myself? And so the balance of manifesting and being responsible of that. And so unless you have a topic, Sharice, I think we might want to talk about that.
Yeah, that's our topic.
Of manifesting and believing and being responsible and showing up. So
no, that's perfect. That is completely on point. Yeah.
Right. All right. How are you doing and what's going on with you before we just start talking? Tell the people how you doing.
So I'm good. I am exactly where you are. That's why I love this so much, because it always comes full circle and in full alignment. We didn't even know we had a topic. Let's be clear. We always have a topic every week, but if we're not aligned with the topic, we don't talk about it. Right. So we talk about what we feel aligned together with and what we know will resonate with the audience. Right. So with you just spewing that out your mouth, I'm sitting there and I'm just smiling because I'm like, because that's exactly where I have been, with this whole manifesting thing. And I want to say and step on toes immediately. One of the things with manifesting that we have to grasp, Natalie, is that we have to also, while you are manifesting, because you're constantly manifesting.
That's true. Yeah.
You also have to come out of manifestation mode and go into knowing and believing and living it as if it's soul mode, right?
Yeah.
That is where I have really began to embody, as of recent, truly embody, because I've done so much manifesting and we all have, and whether you kind of see yourself happening up on a manifestation, it never was happening up on it. You've been manifesting by what you say, what you think, how you feel, right?
Excellent,
That's your
excellent reminder.
Yeah. So, and within that, it's like, watch all your words and watch all your thoughts, because are manifesting. So if you are wanting to, if you desire to see a thing come forth, you've got to start to live as. Now that is the hard part, right? I'ma live as, and my bank account look like this.
Right.
You know, all those things when it comes to not just money, but just certain things you desire, where you want to be in business, all those things. But if you think about, just simply think about how you manifested things by speaking it up. I'm not sure if this is going to happen. If you're always walking around, I'm not sure. Of course, that thing is going to be shaky and iffy, right? You gotta know. But most people's belief system just isn't there. And your belief system, and I'm a one thing, and then I'm gonna let you have the floor. But your belief systems mean that you have to get radical, and you have to get quite delusional in believing in yourself.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't have the faith and the belief to believe enough in themselves to manifest the things that they want, because you're too worried about what people thinking. You're too worried, what if this and what if that? You're looking at more lack than you are abundance, you know? So, and it is a shift. It's a big, 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 big shift. But for the thing you want, you have to live more in abundance than you do in lack. And to me, that's basic now.
It is. It is.
Are you going to talk low, or are you going to talk high? You're going to feel low, feel high. It's a choice.
It so is a choice. And listen, you guys, if you cannot believe the big thing, then start with small things. And I think this was Abraham Hicks. So if I'm getting it wrong, but they were talking about, okay, manifest a parking space. When you go parking, manifest a parking space first. Manifest somebody bringing you breakfast.
Yeah.
Then manifest somebody getting you lunch. Then manifest somebody paying for a $200 dinner for you. And so you can build your manifestation. Yeah. Okay. All right. The other thing I want to talk about is there's this book. I'm pretty sure it's called The Source. I'm going to try to look for it and make sure I give the right name of the book so that I can give you guys the right book. Mm-hmm. But she talks about, it's called The Source by Tara Stewart, Start. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, Swart, Tara, Tara. And in her book, she talks about belief is just really repetition over time. Mm-hmm. And that's the power of also visualization. When you visualize the same thing, you want to visualize it so much to where your brain doesn't understand whether that's reality or the imagination. Did that really happen or not? And that's the point you want to get to, a visualization. And so Tara, and she's an MD and a PhD. So Dr. Tara was saying that you need to repeat whatever you're believing for so many times that like you create a new neural pathway in your brain. Mm-hmm. And if it's not manifesting, then you haven't done the work you haven't repeated it enough times for that neural pathway. So think about something in Georgia. Those of you guys who grew up in Georgia, who used to watch TV, remember there was a commercial, 2801 Beaufort Highway. Mm-hmm. I don't even remember what they sold, but that 2801 Beaufort Highway is like in my brain because that commercial used to come on so much. Mm-hmm. So that's the example of a neural pathway that got built with repetition.
Yes.
All right. And so whatever it is that you need to be believing for, you need to be repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating. So whether you need to listen to it 3 times a day, you need to say it 3 times a day, you need to write it 3 times a day, you need to do it. And, okay, so let's go back with basic kind of manifestation stuff. You're going to speak about that thing as if. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. as if. And so I was talking to somebody last night and I was coaching them. They want to do a TED Talk. And so it's not I will do a TED Talk. It's I have booked my TED Talk.
Yep.
And so that, it's done. I've booked my TED Talk, and I think she's shooting for 2030. So I've booked my TED Talk for 2030. Hey, we meet her where she at.
Okay,
so, yeah. She's at the beginning of her career. So, but just kind of working on that language. And so, what are you guys actively manifesting? So that's question number 1. What are you actively manifesting? Question number 2 is do you have this written down somewhere? And are you repeating it consistently? Meaning at least once a day. What are you saying out loud to yourself at least once a day? And then what action are you doing to support that belief?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was listening to this. Okay. All right. Y'all know I go through different things on YouTube. Who I'm currently on YouTube listening to is Della Reese. And so I don't know if you guys remember Della Reese. My pinky toe. My pinky toe. All right. From Harlem Night. So those of you guys that may not remember, because this is a long time ago, but she did Harlem Nights, and then she did some other things, and then she did a TV show called Touched by an Angel.
Yeah.
And she did that TV show for a while. After she finished that TV show, she opened her own church. So she had her own church in California. And so Della Reese has a number of sermons that people have put up on YouTube from when she used to be in her church. Now, Della Reese was a big, faith manifester person. So, kind of like a Reverend Ike, if y'all listen to Reverend Ike, but different because it's Della Reese. So she's a lot more motherly and graceful and grandmotherly, with it. And so there was a particular lady who had manifested winning the lottery for $112 million. And so one of the things the lady said is, I studied wealth. I studied what I would do with the money. I had my lawyers lined up. I had I knew about trust funds, and I knew about all of the things to be able to handle the money when it came in. And I was like, ooh, that's good.
That is real good.
That's really good. And so because we know you can't handle basically $100 million, 112, because it's such a specific number, but you can't handle $100 million the way you handle $10, $20, the way you handle $100,000, the way you handle $500,000. Do you even know what bank you would go to? Do you know? Have you seen it? Do you know where that bank is located? Yeah, because you ain't walking into Wachovia with that. Let's not walk into Wachovia ain't even a bank anymore, is it?
No, but we all say it every now and then. I asked one of my clients,
Wells Fargo,
you can say
right?
Wachovia,
right? Wells Fargo, Bank of America. Let me get up to date. SunTrust. No, SunTrust ain't SunTrust anymore. SunTrust is Truist. All these banking industries. All that to say is, you're not walking into your regular neighborhood bank with $100 million.
No.
You're walking into a private bank. Do you even know what those banks are? And so those of you guys who are trying to manifest big dreams, make sure you're doing the background work, the homework. Can you handle it?
Yeah.
And so, listening to that, the big guy at Amazon, Jeff Bezos, had given somebody a substantial amount of money, like a black guy, substantial amount of money, like $100 million, something like that. It was huge. And he was saying, because TD Jakes was interviewing him, I can't remember who this guy was. If anybody knows who the guy was, put it, DM me on LinkedIn or put it on Facebook with Sharice. I cannot remember his name. Maybe Vans. Anyway, our whole point is they were talking about managing that amount of money, what you have to do and how fast it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Because now you have to think about what projects you can handle that need to be done that's going to increase impact and benefit, and not just you spending the money, on nothingness that won't last. Like, you want to get it to last. And so as you guys think about, or you're manifesting whatever that big thing is for you, and that big thing for you might be a TED Talk. That big thing for you might be the next contract that you're trying to get in the business. Whatever you're manifesting, I want to make sure that you're doing the background homework and research. Did somebody give it to us?
Dan Jones. I didn't realize.
Okay.
The CNN commentator. I never knew that story.
How much money? Does it say how much money? Did they say? It was $100 million. He gave Van Jones $100 million. Yep. And so TD Jakes interviewed Van Jones at one of the conferences. I used to go to TD Jakes pastor leadership conferences, which were fabulous. And then they stopped being fabulous. But anyway, whole point is they were talking about, like, how do you choose what to spend that money on and how fast that money will go? Because on that level, you can fund anything and everything and yet have nothing done and the requirement. And so those of you guys who want to manifest these huge things, wonderful. Like, I'm so excited. And please tell Sharice and I the story, because we want to know how you're manifesting the huge things. But don't forget about the practical work. What am I going to do when I get that on the other end? If you're trying to manifest a $200,000 car, how much is your insurance going to be for that thing? Who are you going to get that insured with? Can you insure it with State Farm? Which I actually know you can. But, like, check it out. Do you need to go all the way back to, like, a Lloyd's of London? Do you have somewhere to keep it? Like, are we trying to keep a $200,000 car in an apartment complex with everybody else? What we doing? And so, like, looking at all of those things, like, when I receive this manifestation, how is that going to play out in my life? What's going to happen? How do I make sure that what TD Jakes and Van was talking about, how do we make sure that this manifestation of however, I'm going to call it a manifestation, has impact for the long haul, And so going back to people who win the lottery, what I feel like is 80 to 90% of them wind up broke in like 2 to 5 years. And I can't remember the numbers exactly, but it's a significant amount. And so if anybody out there is trying to manifest the lottery, how are you going to keep the money? What do you need to start doing and studying now as part of your manifesting? So, not just walking around the house saying, I'm going to win the lottery, but like, I'm going to do this. What am I going to do? So how do we make sure that our what are we also doing to make sure we hold and keep our manifestations, whatever else they may be? So now let me switch this around to more business stuff. Okay. So we're going to be shifting. Y'all feel the shift in the atmosphere. We're shifting is, Sharice talks about this, having your back end together. So let's say you manifest a speaking gig on a huge stage. Do you have your back end together? So what's your next? Have you really sat down and looked out your whole funnel of what your next is? Sharice is talking to us about that all the time. And she, like, I think it was like either last week or the week before she was like, you always have to have your next. And so what is that? Is it a free download? Is it just follow you on social media? But what's the next? Okay. And so as you're hoping for that thing, whatever that thing that you're trying to manifest to bring forth in your life, making sure you have that next. And I think at this point, or you will reach a point, I feel like, in business where you make sure the back end is together before the front end is together. Then when you first start out in business, you want to make it look good, and let's spend activity. And everything got to look good. We want to look professional. And then I think you reach the thing is like, okay, but I actually needed to be professional. Like I needed to, it ain't got to look great, but it needs to function great, like with that. And so making that transition. And so I'm going to digress and give Sharice back the floor. But what I want you to take away is, if you're trying to manifest something, you need to be saying that every day, preferably 2 to 3 times a day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to challenge you once a day to do something that's going to support that manifestation. So when you get it, it really works for you.
Yes.
You know, that it flows, because you have a whole, I'm going to say funnel system, but that can be whatever it is for you. Okay. So just like if you're trying to capture the rain, y'all been paying for rain, and you're trying to capture the rain, what type of funnel system do you have to take that all in so that actually the water actually does what it needs to do for you?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so I want you guys really thinking about the whole entire process.
Mm-hmm.
Russell Brunson, one of the things that I love that he said is that your funnel never stops.
Yeah.
That it never stops. That it should always go from one level to the next level, to the next level, to the next level, to the next level, to the next level. And so there's always something new you should be offering your people. Now, if your people have been working with you, they should be probably growing with you.
Yeah.
And so Wendy Y taught me. Hey, Wendy Y, shout out to you, girl. Wendy Y is a coach in Atlanta who's been around for a good long time. She's written 3 or 4 books, so she's excellent. I give her props. Wendy Y did a long time ago. I did like a one day. What do they call those one day things? Where you go do like a one day high impact like structure thing. But and I never used that information, but it was fabulous doing a VIP day. That was it. I did a VIP day with her.
Okay.
Very powerful. But one of the things that I learned from her in that VIP day, which was invaluable, is asking your people what they need next. Mm-hmm. Because they're always going to need something next. And so their next is your next.
Yes.
Their next is your next. And usually, just kind of the way it tends to work, mm-hmm. in coaching, most people's clients are about 1 to 2 years behind them. Mm-hmm. And so when you ask them what their next is, you've probably already done that. Mm-hmm. And if not, it's easy for you to bring somebody in. So that might be a collaboration that you need to do. So therefore you can get them to their next. Mm-hmm. So if you guys have heard of Jay Abraham, Jay Abraham really made it big when he linked up with Tony Robbins, because Tony Robbins didn't have a next for his people. Yeah. He got them to a certain level, and then he didn't have anything else. And Jay Abrams saw the opportunity. So he linked with them and say, hey, when your people finish your program, mm-hmm. let's listen to this real quick now. When your people finish your program, meaning these are customers who have the propensity to buy. Yeah. Because we've already seen them spend money on your program.
Yes.
Your customers finish your program. What do you do with them? Yeah. Tony Robbins didn't have an answer. Well, they done. Okay. Yeah. Do you mind if I pitch them my services? Because my service is the next for them. It's really building something out. And so that's really how Jay Abrams got Jay Abrams. Jay Abrams? Yeah, Jay Abrams. And so he talks about so many wonderful things. I won't get on the whole Jay Abrams list because I really like him. And I think he gives good information.
Brilliant.
So
yeah.
I won't go down there. I want to go down that rabbit hole, but I won't go down that rabbit hole because I want to stay right here. So making sure, so I'm reiterating what Cherie said. So I'll give her back her topic is, but making sure you have that next. Mm-hmm. What's after the manifestation? Like, what does that look like? What is the plan? And so, and you guys think about this, the more you're planning what to do with the manifestation and what that next is, the more energy you're putting into making the manifestation manifest. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know, that's the more you have the plan for what's going to happen. It's easy about it. Okay. All right. Okay. I digress. Sharice, take it. Because I think I ran. So hopefully.
It was good. It's good. It was total alignment. So I put a note in the chat. Let's talk about Jay next week. Let's talk about his. I think that would be a good follow-up from this. Yeah. So I want to start with the manifesting and speaking into it, like you said, maybe at least once a day, or in remembering, key is the brain doesn't have a mind of its own. Whatever you tell it is what it believes.
Girl, preach
And
that.
what it bends to.
Say that more. Say it more deeper. Like, just stay there for a minute. Oh,
Yeah, like your brain isn't telling you, oh, go over here and do this and say this and feel this and that. No, you are telling, your consciousness is telling your brain, right?
yeah.
What it needs to do. And your brain is like, oh, okay. So the whole, when they say, it doesn't know if you're running or not. So if you're running in your mind, if you're running physically, it don't really know. So that's why the whole placebo method. Remember that?
Girl, say that. Say that. Oh
we
my
need
God.
to talk more about that, because you can think it, think it and say it and feel it.
Mm-hmm.
And the brain does not know the difference. You really come on, y'all, like hear me clearly on that. You can think it. So you can be in the bed losing weight while you think that you're working out.
Right. That's so
you can be in the bed and tell yourself, oh, I took my medicine, I took my headache medicine.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Come on, no, like. So anyway, when it comes to the manifesting, what are you telling yourself? Like Natalie said, like, what are you telling yourself all day, every day?
Yes.
Oh, I don't have enough money for that. Oh man, my bank account is this, and my bank account. I wish I had a man. I wish I had a partner. I just can't find the right person. How dare you? Like, people get on me all the time. No, I get on people all the time about their words and what they hope. I said it last week, I think. We don't hope nothing.
Yeah,
Hope.
right.
That is a possibility of not.
Right.
Hope. We don't hope, we don't want, we don't wish. We don't even pray over here. We know. All right? Because be clear, y'all. Like, if you're praying, you still don't have it. You're still hoping and wishing and praying for it. You decree it and you declare it. It is so. You church going people, my people, us church going people, us religious folks, whatever you want to call yourself, you stuck on that Bible. You want to go, you want to hear from the Bible, go to your word. Go to your word.
Ask not have because you have not because you ask not.
Yeah,
that says if you believe it, you will receive it. If that says, all of those things.
All of those things. And it's right there in the word. But how are you not abiding by the word? My thing is, that's why you have to, hold thyself accountable because simply we let all the semantics and all the, rah-rah get our attention when simply it says believe. You ask and you believe. You let it go and you believe. Stop freaking praying and begging and hoping and wishing. I think if you ask for it, it's done.
There we go.
But how you still asking and hoping and wishing and praying when you already decreed it and declared it and it is so? It's the confusion. So I'm not going back and asking again for a thing that I already have because I asked and I received it.
So practically, what does that look like for you? Does that look like you asking the decreeing and then moving to thankfulness, or you just ask, decree, and then that's it, it's done? Yeah.
So ask and decree. So there's a conversation that I have with a friend every single day because we're moving her through the living in the don't have, right? Because it's not. Let's be clear. It's not easy to see and live in a thing that you don't see physically, but you still gotta speak it and live in it as if it was so, right? So being clear on, all right, so physically I don't see it, but I gotta get disciplined enough to act and feel like it is there.
Yeah.
So if you can discipline yourself enough, if it's a minute, a day, if you can discipline yourself enough to visualize and feel that thing for a minute a day, you will get the discipline to feel it longer and operate in it. When you are working out, okay, cool. I went to the gym today. Okay, maybe you want to manifest a rich life and drive a Lambo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when you get in your Toyota, you driving a Lambo, not a Toyota. You gotta see it. You know what I'm saying? Just practice it. And people feel stupid doing this kind of stuff. But that stupid feeling stuff, because you don't believe it, is the stuff that'll keep you left behind in the continuous hoping and wishing and praying and manifestation. When no, I'm driving a Lambo. When I drive around, I'm driving in my Lambo. Even if it's for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
When I'm driving around, I'm driving up to the condo top penthouse, right?
Yeah.
Or I'm driving up to the compound that I make sure that I built out for my family, because I want all the elders to be right here in this one place. I want our houses stacked up next to each other. So let me get out to the compound today and go see my people and make sure they get it. Like, you got to give yourself some time in the desire that you are creating. That will stop you from complaining.
Okay.
Because it feels good over there, Natalie. It feels good. And if you operate in that feel good enough, you will stay over there enough to start dismantling.
Yeah. All right. So let me hold on. I'm going to do gratitude, and we're going to talk about contentment with where you are.
Yeah.
Okay. If you are complaining, I'm going to challenge you to switch to gratitude, to be thankful about something. Okay. And if you are having one of those hard days, then I'm going to need you to be thankful that you're not sleeping on the street. I'm going to need you to be thankful that you're not sleeping on the floor. If you are sleeping on the floor, I'm going to need you to be thankful you got a floor to sleep on. Yeah. Because as hard as these floors are, they are softer than the ground. How about that? Cement don't feel good at all. I'll take vinyl plank over cement any day. To be thankful. If you got 10 toes, you might need to break it down and be thankful for each toe. Because somebody ain't got all their toes. Like, I need you to be thankful. If you got a semblance of health, I need you to be thankful because somebody's in the hospital. And so work on that and keep working on that. And that might be something you're working on for the lifespan. But I need you to work on not complaining. Now, pivoting a little bit, when you're like, I want money, I need to have this amount of money, and once I get this money, then I'll be content. If you can't find a way to be grateful and content on the level that you are, what you have now, then you're not going to be grateful and content as you continue to grow and increase your finances. So work on, I got all my needs met right now. So I'm reading a book called The Trick to Money is Having Some.
I love that.
It's by Stuart Wilde. I haven't made it all the way through the book, but I think it was cute. Which is why I read it, because it was like the trick to money. Okay, but if I ain't got none. But watching that language. But one of the things that he said in the book is, if you're good for the next 72 hours, you're good. If you got all your needs met for the next 72 hours, you're good. And I was like, yeah, okay. If I just look at the next 72 hours, do I have enough food in my kitchen to get me through the next 72 hours? Do I have enough clothes in my closet to get me through the next 72 hours? Then I'm good. And so I think having that or seeing that was really powerful. But I was having a conversation with somebody the other day, and I was like, but you gotta be okay with where you are and understand where you are. And this particular individual, I have so many sessions where, and it doesn't matter the income level. I have so many sessions where people take their sessions either like in the closet, like in the laundry closet, a linen closet, it's just where we are with, kids being at home and houses being full or whatnot. And so it doesn't matter. I even remember Alicia Keys did an interview and the guy was like, "Are you in your laundry room?" And she was like, "This is when Wi-Fi is best." Like, it just is what it is. And so, but this particular person was in this really nice office and like, okay, you're doing better than everybody, it looks like. And you're the one who's like, "I don't have enough money and we need to be making more money," and blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. And so I really felt the scarcity in him, like as he was saying that. So I really want you guys to work on that, because you don't want to be the person that's making $2 million, but you $3 million in debt because you didn't let go of that scarcity mentality, that feeling that I never have enough. Yes. And so if you keep that feeling, so you got to work on it now on the level that you're at now, or else you won't be able to feel your wealth. Yeah, there are people who make, for a fact, I know there are people who make $1 million and above, and they feel like they have less than you and I.
Yeah.
Because the bills are going to go up. And so I think that's another thing is, as you specifically my business owners, what is it called? Is it the Pareto principle? Is that as your income increases, your expenses will increase to meet the level of income. So one of the things that you guys got to work on is, I'm going to get my income to increase and I'm going to work on decreasing my expenses, because we want that to get further and further apart. Okay. So that's a mindset shift. Okay. So, because most people, when I get more money, I can get a bigger house, I can get a different car, I can do this. All right. And so that's going to have your expenses going up at the same time your income is going up. And so you will always feel like, I don't have enough. So if you can start to work on that feeling, I have enough. I have enough. I have enough. And then you want to make one of your priorities is, my income is going to grow and my expenses are going to decrease. As I make more, it'll help me get my expenses down, so that difference is really feelable. Is really, I can feel it. Okay. Another mindset shift I want you guys to make with money is not so much, if I make all of this money, I can spend all of this money, but shifting to, if I make money, I can save money, I can have money. And so I want you guys to be the person that not is able to spend $1 million a year, but is able to save $1 million a year and hold it in the bank. So I get money and I hold. I get it and I hold, and I keep my expenses going down. I'm always working on getting my expenses down so that I can feel my income. Because I don't want you to be the person that you making $10 million, but you spending $12 million, because you're so used to that feeling of, we need to make more. Then you keep perpetuating that feeling. Okay. I digress again. I feel like I said a lot, but I hope y'all I hope, and Cherie said a lot too. So with all that we're saying, you may not be able to get everything in. This is one that we might have to, you might need to repeat this. This is an episode that I think you need to listen to. And then in 6 months, you need to listen to again, because I feel like it was so many different keys in this today. And this conversation, I know for some of y'all is going to be like, oh my God, I got to make those shifts. Yeah. But, now because you do it, like, even I need to listen to this again and to remember the things. And so, because we put so many nuggets in this today, I want you guys to just think of one thing that got said today for you to take. And so think of that one thing as like one key that's going to unlock one car for you to get in and drive where you need to drive, or one new property you need to get in and where you're going to live. But we said so many different things. So just pick one and then make sure you work on that one. So whether it's, let me repeat my manifestations daily, or let me start to build out what's what that next is going to be. Let me change into gratitude from complaining. Let me shift into contentment that I have enough. Yeah. And so if you have enough, then you'll always have enough no matter where you are. But if you're always wanting, then that wanting energy, you'll keep wanting, like you'll never be able to get enough. And so, and okay, I'm going to switch it and then I'm giving it back to you. I'm going to switch it to not just financial stuff, but like love. If you're wanting love, then you got to say, I am loved. Now, let me look at all of the different ways that I am loved in my life. All right. Also, if you want love, then give love. So actually, I'm going to look at all the ways that I'm loved in my life and I'm going to count those blessings. And I'm going to pick an area where I can give love, where I can put it out. Yeah. And so I am currently getting ready to read the book, a Deepak Chopra book. Deepak, how do you pronounce his name? Deepak?
Chopra.
Chopra. Okay. So, but my friend has been fussing at me and telling me I need to read the book because one of the things of the book is you receive what you give. Well, I mean, what you give, you receive. And so if you want love, you got to give love and be in that. So she has me reading that book lately so I can be up to speed where she is. So yeah, so much information to get in your brain. Yeah. So, okay. So I digress. Thank you. Thank y'all for just being a listening audience. And so, because as we say these things, it helps us. Like, I'm like, oh, yeah. And so to come out my mouth, and I pray it's a blessing to you guys, but whether it is or not, it be blessing me. Yeah. And every time Sharice speak, it be blessing me. And so I pray it is a blessing to you guys as well. Okay, I'm going to be quiet.
Conversation to me sometimes is the best, like just it coming up and out of your heart and mouth as is, you know what I'm saying? Because for me, I think that this is what the people are living in, right? So this is what the people can relate to. They can't always relate. Like, for instance, if we would have called ourselves trying to talk to that topic, we wouldn't have been authentic.
Right.
We wouldn't have been authentic to ourselves. But here's the thing for me, the takeaway for today is think about what you're thinking and think about what you're manifesting. I'm watching my friend Marco. Marco and I grew up since we were kids together, went to school together, graduated together, been through some rough times together, watch each other just really, really, really mature into where we are now. Marco is, because we talk on a regular, and he had a plan of how he was going to do his business setup. And he's a basketball guru expert.
Okay.
I'm like, Marco, you got to get back into basketball. He like, yeah, but I got to get this money and blah, 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 blah. He has children who are grown and graduated, but you still want to take care of yourself and be able to take care of your children and all that. And just a good guy who just wants stability, right? I got to do it this way. So we would talk and I would remember reminding him, like, dude, you're the basketball guru. You need to be doing basketball.
Yeah.
Well, and he did trucking, did good, did well, set himself up. And he is back in Hawaii doing basketball. And he told me he is doing better than he has ever done ever before.
Wow.
With ease and flow.
Yeah.
Back in his lane, right? In his lane. And I just remember as his friend, dude, basketball, you basketball. Like, I don't know what you doing over there. I understand as a man, you got to do what you have to do, but you are basketball. So you got to have people who remind you of who you are too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Because you forget sometimes, and then you'll get off track getting in the grind and trying to set ourselves up. Like we are our own retirement plan at this point.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurs, you are your retirement plan. Yes. So it's like you got to do the things and line yourself up, get back in your lane, know who you are, what you do with ease and flow, and keep speaking into yourself and manifesting, okay? What it is you want. Now I'm going to say one more thing, Natalie, because I don't want to be contradicted. Every day you are manifesting what you want.
Yes.
By what you say, think, and feel.
Yes.
You have to be bold enough, and you have to have enough belief and enough courage in yourself to move past manifestation and living in it.
Yeah.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
When are you going to move past hoping, wishing, and praying? In it and live it. Natalie, you're living now in your manifestation of you wanted to work online.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When
I think
those
that's
thoughts
really
came,
powerful. So what you just said is, like, look around you and see what you've already manifested. And I think, because at some point during this conversation, I was saying manifest little things, but look around you and see what you've already manifested.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and is it a great friendship that you've already manifested? Mm-hmm. Is it a contract that you've manifested? The vehicle in your driveway, did you manifest that? Mm-hmm. And so the home that you're living in, did you manifest that? Did you manifest the couch, the chair? Yeah. And the truth is you did.
You did.
That's delicious. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it because we forget, especially go-getters of the world, the ones, the goal achievers, is because we're always looking for the next goal. We'll forget to look where we are. Like the table that we're working on, we manifested that. The chair that I'm sitting in, I manifested that. The house that I'm living in, I manifested that. And then the energy that it took to manifest that. And so if I can manifest that, then I can manifest the next. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, you're constantly manifesting. So manifest what you want.
Yes. Which is intentionality, just being intentional. Yeah. So delicious. Okay. All right. Winding down, because I do need to talk to you and Q real quick before I jump off. So let's wind the people down and get them off.
Cool.
What's the takeaway you want people to have for today?
Watch what you think. You're always manifesting.
Yeah.
Think, feel, and attract what you really want. What you don't want, you're thinking too. So those things that you're thinking and feeling in lack, you're manifesting that as well. Okay. So curate what you really want by controlling what you think. You can control what you think.
Yeah.
It might automatically come up as a negative thought, but you have the ability to change the thought in mid-thought.
Yeah. This coach I listen to from time to time, DL Sharon. Hey, DL. I need to manifest meeting her one day because I want to have some fabulous conversations with her. But one of the things that she'll say is the brain is stupid. And so, which is always like, what you mean? I'm smart, I'm intelligent. And she was like, but the brain is stupid. The good news is, though, you can train the brain. But you got to actively concentrate and be intentional with training the brain. And so what are you listening to every day? What is your brain memorizing that you don't realize you've memorized? How many of us, a song will come on and we're singing the lyrics and we don't even realize, when did we learn those lyrics? Because the brain will just pick stuff up and it'll just start adding it in there. And so it's that easy. So it'll be really easy for you to lay something down for your brain to pick up, just repetition over time. So, okay. All right. I have fabulously enjoyed this today. And so I'm going to end everything. And then Q and Sharice, y'all jump back on. So I'm going to end everything so that ends the live. All right, fabulous people. Y'all have a great day. Bye.
Audio Jungle.